Hi, I'm Vincent, and in this video, I'm going to make the most complete guide you will ever find on how to send cold emails using the tool Instantly.ai. So you will see step by step how to connect your email accounts to Instantly, how to get the perfect deliverability. So I will cover all the settings you need and how to warm up your email addresses. Then I will show you how to find B2B leads with the verified emails. And I will take a real example where I use a LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find decision makers and how to get all the information of your leads, like the first name, last name, company name, the LinkedIn URL, and of course the verified emails of your leads, how to create your first outreach campaign. As always, I will show you the perfect settings to get a good deliverability, and finally how to reply to your leads directly and instantly. So basically, I will cover everything you need to start sending cold emails, and I'm sure it will help you to generate leads for your business. So let's start. All right, so the first step of this tutorial is to create an account on Instantly. And the good news is that you have a free trial for this tool. So it means that you don't need to pay any money to start sending cold emails and generate leads for your business. And if you use the first link in the description, you will get an extended free trial and you support my work. So it's perfect when you want to start sending cold emails. So as I told you, once you've clicked the link in the description, you will be on this page. And now to create your free account, you just need to click here on Get Started. On this page, you can create your account and you can sign up with Google or with Apple. Or if you're like me, you can enter your email. And then the password. Then we check the box and we click on Join Now. Once you've created your account, and I hope that you've used the link in the description, you will have access to your Instantly account. Then here on the left, you have all the features that you can find on Instantly. So basically here you have email accounts. And this is where you can add or edit your email accounts. Then here you have campaigns. So this is where you can create a new cold email campaign and manage your existing campaigns. You have here Unibox. So this is where you can manage your replies. You have analytics. And now the first thing I recommend to do is to go here on the bottom left of your screen. And then you click on settings. So when you are in your settings, I recommend to go here in preferences. Then you scroll. Here to protect your deliverability, make sure that you have this option enabled. So automatically pause campaigns with high bounce rates. So we enable this option. Then we scroll a little bit. And now here, account disconnect notification. I recommend you to enable this option because you want all your email accounts connected to Instantly. And here just below you have positive reply notification. So make sure you enable this option to get a notification when a lead is interested. Then don't forget to click here on save. And now I recommend to go here in integrations. So here you have all the tools that you can easily connect to Instantly. So for example, you have Calendly or Google Calendar. So it's very useful when you want to schedule a call with a lead. Then if you want, of course, you can connect your CRM to Instantly. So for that, for example, here you have Go High Level, HubSpot, and you have Pipedrive. And now if you want to get notifications when a lead, for example, reply to a cold email, you can connect Slack to Instantly. So this one is extremely useful. So I recommend to connect Slack to Instantly. Next, I recommend to go here in block list. And here you can say that I don't want to reach out to some people or some companies. And so if you want to add people or companies, you just need to click here and you click on import. And here you can import a list, for example, of competitors or existing clients. And by doing that, you make sure that you will never reach out to these people. So if you want to create your block list, you can upload a CSV, you can enter data manually, or use Google Sheets. So let's say that I just have one competitor. Here I can say that I don't want to reach out to Grégoire@gmail.com. Then we click on import emails. And now I know that I will never send a cold email to this email address. So as I told you, it's perfect when you want to make sure that you don't reach out to your competitors or your existing clients. Now let's move on to the advanced deliverability settings. So here on this page, it's very easy. Make sure that you don't track anything. So disable open tracking, yes. And why? It's because when you track your emails, you will hurt your deliverability. So enable this option. And the second one is this one, always send first email as text only. Yes, you want to enable this option. Why? It's the same, it's to protect your deliverability. And finally, don't forget to click on save. All right, so now that you have access to Instantly and you have the good settings, it's time to connect some email accounts to Instantly. So for that, let's go back on my computer. So if you want to connect email accounts to Instantly, very easy. You go here in email accounts, then you click here on add new. So you see on this page that you have 3 options to connect email accounts to Instantly. But just before I show you in details how it works, I want to show you what is a good email infrastructure. All right, so to start, I want to show you what results you can expect when you send cold emails. So let's say that you send 1,000 cold emails per day. So basically you reach out to 1,000 leads per day. And if you send your emails from Monday to Friday, you have 20 days per month. So it means that you can send 20K cold emails per month. So from these 20K people, you will get people who reply, I'm interested. And here you have in average, between 0.5 to 2% of these people who are interested by your offer or your service. So let's be conservative and let's say that we only have 0.5 of these people who say that they are interested. So from 20K people, we have at the end 100 leads who are interested. Then from these 100 leads, let's say that you have 40% of sales call. So basically here you see that we have 40 sales calls. And finally, from these sales calls, let's say that you have between 10 to 20% of close rate. So here you have between 4 to 8 new clients. So at the end, what I want to show you with this conservative example is that it's a number game. You need to send volume. So you need to send a lot of cold emails to get clients. But at the end, it's very interesting because here, let's say that you have a 2K offer. And by sending 20K cold emails, at the end, you see that we generate 4 to 8 clients. So between 8K to 16K of revenue generated. Now, quick disclaimer, I don't want to say that it's easy to generate revenue by using cold emails. I know that many people in this space are saying like, okay, you just need to send 100 cold emails to have like, 5 clients, but it's not the reality. So that's why I prefer to use conservative numbers, and you can build a good email infrastructure that will at the end generate revenue for your business. Now that you know what results you can expect when you send a cold email, I want to show you what is an email infrastructure. So if you want to send a cold email, you need 2 things. So first, you need some domains. So for example, a domain is givemeleads.io or HubSpot.com. And the second thing you need to be able to send cold emails is, of course, some mailboxes. and these mailboxes will be created from your domain. So for example, what you can do is to create a mailbox called Vincent at, and then you use your domain. So for example, in my case, givemeleads.io, like this. Now let's have a look at an email infrastructure. So what you need to have, as I told you, is a domain. So let's say domain number 1. And from one domain, you can connect between 3 to 5 mailboxes. So let's say just 3 for this tutorial. So mailbox 1, mailbox 2, and mailbox 3. And now when you send cold emails, you have a limitation of the number of cold emails you can send per mailbox. And it's between 20 to 30 cold emails per day. So let's say for this tutorial that we can send 25 cold emails per day, per mailbox. So 25, 25, and 25. And why you have this limitation of sending 25 cold emails per day, it's because you want to protect your deliverability. You don't want to be in the spam folder of your leads. So that's why 25 cold emails per day per mailbox is perfect. So at the end, you see that with just one domain, you can send up to 75 cold emails per day. And now, if you want to send more cold emails, what you need to do is to have multiple domains. So for example, here I have my domain number 1, number 2, and number 3. And actually, this is an email infrastructure you can use to send more than 200 cold emails per day. So this is called an email infrastructure. So with this kind of email infrastructure, you will be able to send cold emails to your leads, land in the inbox folder, and generate leads for your business. All right, so now that you know what results you can expect when you send cold emails and what is an email infrastructure, I want to show you how you can build an email infrastructure like this one directly in Instantly. So for that, we need to go back on Instantly. So here, as I told you, you see that we have 3 options, and I want to start with this one, pre-warmed accounts. So with this option, you buy pre-made accounts and domains. So it's very interesting when you don't want to waste your time on all the technical stuff. And the good point of this option is that you can start sending cold emails today because the email accounts are already warmed. Now, the main drawback of this option is the price because it costs around $10 per month per email account. So it's a lot. So that's why I think that it's a good option only in the case where you want to send cold emails today. Now, the second option you have is the done for you email setup. So here, this time you can choose your domain and create your email accounts directly on Instantly. And it's cheaper compared to this option. So I remember that it was like $5 a month per email account. Finally, the last option you have is to connect existing accounts. So if you want to have the best price available and have the full control of what you are doing in your email infrastructure, I strongly recommend to use this option, connect existing accounts. And if you don't know how to buy domains, I have this video on the top. So basically with this option, you will get the cheapest price available. And if you want to get the best Google mailboxes at the perfect price, so it's around $3 per mailbox per month, you have to click on the top right of your screen. So once you've created your email accounts by yourself, and that's really the option I recommend to do, you can connect your email accounts here directly instantly. So if you use Google, you have this option, Microsoft, this one. And if you have something more custom, you can use this option, any provider. So once you've connected your email accounts to Instantly, I recommend you to go here in email accounts. And here on this page, you will see all your email accounts. And now I want to show you in details how to set up properly your email accounts to get the best deliverability possible. So if you want to set up your settings, you just need to click here and then you go here in settings. Now you can set up your son name. So first name Vincent Robin, perfect. Then here you have your signature. So what I like to do is to have a double dash and then Vincent from Give Me Leads. So first name from company name. And here, quick tip to improve your deliverability. Make sure that you don't have any link, images, or whatever. Here, you just want to have plain text. Then here in daily campaign limit, I recommend you to send 20 emails per day per mailbox. Campaign slow ramp, you want to enable this option and it gradually increases the number of campaign emails sent per day. So you want to have this option for your deliverability. Here, minimum wait time, 5 minutes. Then I scroll and here, custom tracking domain. You don't want to track anything. And why? It's because it's to protect your deliverability. So you don't want that. And here in warm-up settings, make sure that you have 1, 10, and reply rate, I like to have 50. And finally, don't forget to click on save. Finally, the last thing you need to do is to warm up your email addresses. So for that, very easy, select all. Then you go here on the 3 dots and you click on enable warm-up. And now you see that the warm-up is currently running. Now that we have the good settings, we need to wait between 2 to 3 weeks before sending cold emails. All right, so now we have our email account connected and everything is set up properly to get a good deliverability. And now, guess what? It's time to start our cold email campaign. So for that, let's go back on my computer. Then here, if you want to create a cold email campaign, you just need to click here in campaigns. Then to create a new campaign, you click on add new. Here you can give a name for your campaign. So let's say that I want to target people who are head of marketing in the US and I want to target SMBs. Continue. And now the next step is to add some leads. So for that, I click here on add to leads. And now you see here that we have 4 options to import leads. So we can upload a CSV. We can use super search. So it's basically the Instantly database, but I don't recommend to use this option because it's a database. And the problem with the database is that the data is not that fresh. So that's why I always prefer to use a LinkedIn Sales Navigator because here we have the fresh data on the market. Then you have enter emails manually, but not very useful, and use Google Sheets. So for this tutorial, as I told you, I want to use a LinkedIn Sales Navigator. It's basically an access to the LinkedIn database. And now here on this page, you see on the left that I have all the filters I can use to identify decision makers. And on the right here, I will get my leads. And now it's time to make a search. So let's say, for example, that you are selling a marketing software. So what you want to do is to target people who are head of marketing. So for that, I want to use the current job title filter. And then I type head of marketing within quotes because with that, I will get better results. Then company headcounts, I want to target SMBs. So let's say between 51 to 200 employees in the company. And finally, the last filter I want to use is this one, geography. And here I want to target people based in the US. So I click on include. So you see on the right my results. And if we check our leads, I have head of marketing in the US, head of marketing, head of marketing. So that's perfect. You see that with these 3 filters here, I have a bit more than 2,000 leads, which is perfect. And now if you want to export these people into a CSV file with all the information you need, like the first name, last name, company name, and of course the verified emails of these people. So unfortunately, you can't do that natively with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And that's why you need to use a third-party tool like Give Me Leads to have a button like this one, Extract Leads. So if you want to easily export leads and get their emails, you can go on givemeleads.io, or you have a link in the description. Then you click on Start for Free, you create your free account. And then if you want to have this button on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, Extract Leads, you need to install the Give Me Leads Chrome extension. So for that, very easy, you click on Add to Chrome and then Add Extension. So once you've installed the Chrome extension, you will see this button on your LinkedIn Sales Navigator account. And then once you are happy with the search and you want to export these people, all you need to do is to click here on Extract Leads. Then you will be redirected to your Give Me Leads account. Here you can give the number of leads you want to export. So let's say 100 just for this tutorial. And here just below, you can say that you want the emails of your leads. And finally, you click on Export Leads. And now we just need to wait a little bit. Yeah, you see it's running. And now here I want to rename my search. So I target people who are head of marketing in the US, and I target small and medium businesses like this. All right, so as you can see, my export is done. So let's click on Download CSV. So here is my list of leads. And if I scroll, yeah, you see that I have 100 leads, which is perfect. Now on top, you have all the information you need to reach out to these people. So for example, you have their first name, last name, LinkedIn URL. So always useful if you want to send a LinkedIn message. You have, of course, the verified emails of your leads. So perfect to send a cold email. The job title, location, and actually you have much more information. For example, you have the company name, company website. So this one might be useful if you want to personalize your message using AI. Company location, company industry, and so on. So when you export your leads with Give Me Leads, we do two things. First, we clean the data. So for example, for the first name, last name, and company name, you don't have any problems with capital letters or with a rocket emoji like this in the first name. So you don't have Lisa with a rocket emoji at the end. And the second thing we do is to check if your leads perfectly match all your filters or not. So that's why on the left, you see two columns, matches filters and invalid reason. So when it's true, it means that the lead perfectly matches all your filters. But if I scroll, you see here false, and here you have the reason. For example, here we have wrong job title. And if we check the job title, we have brand and growth marketing, marketing advisor, marketing manager, head of marketing. Okay, so this one is good. But you see that these three leads are not exactly head of marketing. So with this feature, what you can do is to decide to keep some leads if they are still relevant, or what you can do is to remove all of them like this. And by doing that, you make sure that you only reach out to people who perfectly match all your filters. So once you have a list of leads like this one, the next step is to upload it in Instantly. So for that, let's go back on Instantly. Here we click on Upload CSV. And now we just need to drag and drop our list of leads on my computer. I just uploaded my list of leads. And now the next step is to map the column headers that we have in our list of leads. So these columns here with the Instantly variables. So for example, make sure that you have first name with first name, last name with last name, and of course, email with email. So make sure that you have at least first name because you want to say hi first name in a cold email, and of course, the emails of your leads. Then you scroll and you click on Upload All. The next step is to create the sequence. Here you can write your subject. So let's say that I want to promote my SaaS Give Me Leads. I want to say export leads with emails. And now here you can write your email. So what we can say is hi first name. And if you want to use the variable first name, you just need to click here, then first name. Then you can write your message. So for example, do you use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to build your lead list? Then I want to have a soft call to action. So if yes, do you want to try give me leads for free with 20 credits? Like this. And finally, I can write best. And now at the end, I want to have my signature. So for that, variables, and then signature here. Then don't forget to click on save. And let's have a preview. So hi Annie, do you use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to build your lead list? If yes, do you want to try give me leads for free with 20 credits? Best, and then here you see my signature. So you see the variable first name works well, and here I can select a specific lead, for example, this one, and here we have hi Evan. So actually it works well. Now, quick tip to improve your deliverability. So make sure that you don't have any HTML in your emails. So for that, select all, and then you can click here on clean HTML. And by doing that, you make sure that you don't have any HTML. Now let's create a follow-up. So for that, we click here on add step. And here we can say just for this tutorial, quick follow-up. Then we click on save. And here I can select when I want to send my follow-up. So I want to wait 3 days, and then this follow-up will be sent. We click on save. And now I have this sequence. So this is my first cold email. Then I wait 3 days and I send my first follow-up. And of course, if you want, you can send more follow-up, but I don't recommend to send more than 2 follow-ups. So once you are happy with the sequence, I recommend to go here in schedule. Then here you can choose when you want to send your cold emails. So you have a start date here, for example. So you can select now, or if you want, you can select next week like this. Then we click on apply. Then here you see that you can select at what time you want to send your cold emails. So from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Here you have your time zone. So it's not your time zone, but the time zone of your leads. So US and Canada, perfect. And here you can select when you want to send your cold emails. So from Monday to Friday, it's perfect. We click on save. And finally, the last thing I recommend to do is to go here in options. And here, for example, you can select the accounts you want to use to send your cold emails. So in my case, for this tutorial, I just have this email account, and this email account is not already warm up. So that's why I need to wait a little bit before sending cold emails. Then stop sending emails on reply, enable. Open tracking, disable, because if you track the emails, you will hurt your deliverability. So disable here. And finally, delivery optimization. Make sure that you have this option, send emails as text only. So no HTML. And finally, if you want here, you have some advanced options, but it's not very useful when you want to start sending cold emails. And finally, to launch your campaign, you just need to click here. Are you sure? Publish. So now you see that my campaign is active. So if I click on it, here I will get some analytics. For example, the number of messages sent, the number of replies, and so on. Now, if you want to add some leads to your campaign, very easy. You go here in leads, and then you can click on add leads. And here you can choose how you want to add some leads. And finally, if you want to modify your sequence, you can go here in sequences, and here you can modify what you want. All right, so now that you've launched your first cold email campaign, you just need to wait a little bit, like a few hours, to get your first replies from your leads. And now I want to show you how you can manage all your replies in just one place, so in Instantly. So if you want to manage all your replies from all your email accounts in just one place, you can go here in Unibox, And here you will get all your replies from all your leads. Now, if you want to see the details of the reply, you just need to click on it, and here you will have everything. So what you can do here is, of course, to see the reply, but what's very interesting is that you can reply to your leads directly on Instantly. And so for that, you just need to click on reply, and then you will be able to send a reply to your leads. So this is exactly the process you can follow to start sending cold emails using Instantly.ai. Now, as I told you, if you want to try this tool for free and get the best free trial available, you just need to click the first link in the description. And now, if you want to get the emails of these people from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you can go on givemeleads.io, or you just need to click the link in the description. And finally, if you want to buy Google Mailboxes at the best price possible, I've made a complete beginner-friendly tutorial on how to do that. So if you want to check this video, you can click somewhere on the screen. It was Vincent. I wish you a nice day, and I see you in the next video. Bye-bye.